Hey guys, and thank you for jumping onto this call. So, I'm excited to share with you what we have to offer. I'm excited to jump right in. So, this is going to be an extensive elaboration, so I don't want to waste too much of your time. But before we dive in, this is a very important part of the journey of talking with us. Okay. And you're going to be speaking with a professional who has a lot of experience, who's worked with lots of Fortune 500 companies, who has a lot of skin in the game when it comes to seeing your company become successful and seeing your lead gen take off. So, because of that, we do have a $100 cancellation fee just to save ourselves and to save them. And most of the time, you're not going to pay this because we hope that you show up for your call. But just in case there was a no show, cancel or reschedule, if you show up to a call in a distracting environment, your kids are running around, you're not focused, we do have that fee available. And also, if you don't watch this video until the very end, we will know it just because there's a lot of information in this video that will make our call with you a lot more smooth. Now, when you have the consultation call with us, we don't want to have to explain everything that CorePulse can do for your company. That's what this call is for. We do want to see where you're coming from and we want to help you with that. So that's why it's really important that you watch this video all the way through so that most of the base questions are handled. And by the time we talk to you, we can obviously just focus on your company, focus on what's making your company work, what your issues are, what we can help you with further. And that will allow us to spend that hour wisely. Okay. The truth about our team is that we love changing people's lives. We love helping companies. We're marketing fanatics here, right? And we hate charging people that fee. But we also have to be respectful of our consultants' time. And that's why we do charge that fee. Now, a lot of people get kind of pushed back, like, why is there a fee? And it's simply because our consultants are extremely busy. Trust me. Me being one of them, we have a really busy schedule. So it does mean a lot to us that you show up for the call, you show up ready, and we can help you, in a scheduled time that's on our calendars and not have to wait 30 minutes for you to show up late or, deal with issues like that. Because most of the time we have a pretty packed calendar. Instead, let's make sure you pull out a pen and paper or you pull up your notepad. Let's go into a few details of what a CRM can do for your company. So, what we're going to learn today is how to increase the quality of your sales leads without endless hours of manual labor, few ways to boost your lead gen and automate your engagement, and how to centralize all of your marketing into one hub. So, before we move forward, a little about me. I've been working in automation for about 14 years, and I've developed campaigns for over 500 companies, including Microsoft, Dropbox, other companies in my career. I personally trained and certified most of my personal staff. So it is something that I'm passionate about. CRM and automation and AI, all of those kind of things really, really are my hobby, which is kind of funny, but that is my hobby. It's what I love to do. Obviously, I have certifications in what I'm doing. So these are the companies I've consulted just in the last year. I will bring some of these companies up as case studies, talking about different ways that we've helped them, from user testing to Workday to Dropbox to First Base. These are all just last year the companies that I've personally helped and built campaigns for. Now, you're going to have this slide, so I know I might be rushing through it, but you can always go back and look at these once we are done and you get the recording. So, now let's dive in. So, number one, why a CRM will increase the quality of your sales leads. CRM tools allow you to set up lead scoring models that assign scores to leads based on their interactions with your marketing content and website. Now, lead scoring is one of the main things that I love implementing with a CRM because most of the time, if you're a new company or if you're not used to lead scoring, you're most likely throwing up landing pages, paying a ton of money in ads. Everybody's filling out the forms, and your sales team is a team of like 20 people contacting everybody that they see coming in through that portal. And that's just not good business. Usually you're going to be bothering people. Some people are going to not want to be contacted. Some people are just not going to be ready for your product at the time. And what frustrates salespeople the most a lot of times is that they're given this list of leads that don't want to hear from them, don't want to talk to them, don't want to, basically, be badgered. And when you have lead scoring, we're now scoring a lead throughout a period. It could be a year, it could be a month, it could be a week, based on that lead's interaction with your website, your landing pages, your forms, based on that lead's demographics, based on what that lead where that lead is on their journey with your company. We can always assign different scoring models to every interaction that lead has. And what that does, it allows for leads to qualify themselves to be contacted by sales instead of sales qualifying that lead. There's a big difference. If the lead qualifies themselves and they're raising their hand, they're saying, "Hey, we love your product, we love your company, somebody contact me." That's what your salespeople want to hear instead of, "Why are you contacting me? I'm not ready. I just wanted to download the white paper and leave me alone." And that's what a lot of salespeople end up running into if there isn't a good lead scoring model involved. So, what we would do is we would set up a lead scoring model based on your company's needs, based on your salespeople's needs, because your sales team may tell us what demographics they want to talk to, what qualifies someone to talk to them that's hot and ready to purchase. And we will create a scoring model around that so that when a lead enters your website, they're being scored by what pages they look at, what forms they fill out, what demographic they are, what's their functional role in their company. And that will allow that filtering to happen and those leads to get to your sales team when they're ready and when your sales team is ready to speak with them. Another way we can do this is by lead segmentation. So you can always segment your leads based on their demographics, behavior, engagement. This enables you to have tailored databases of specific leads based on their specific engagement. So, if you're making a marketing campaign and you're trying to increase the quality of your leads, it's not good just to send a blanket email out to everybody. If you have a database of 1 million people, there should be segments involved that are these are the people who are CEOs, who are blue collar, white collar. Here are the people who have been the most interactive with our brand on social media. Here's a list of people who have filled out forms and have followed up and watched our webinars. We want to make sure that all of these people are broken up into specific segments so that we can send an email out that specifies where they are on their journey, what their demographic is. You don't want to send an email to a CEO that's made for someone who's just marketing manager. You want to make sure that verbiage is slightly different so that you're speaking their language. And segmentations help us to do this so that when we send out an email, a text message, we are speaking in the language of that professional based on the demographic. And we can do this for you guys as well. Okay, and finally, lead nurturing, my favorite. So, CRM's automation capabilities allow you to create lead nurturing workflows. You can send personalized and relevant content to leads at different stages of the buyer's journey, keeping them engaged until they are sales ready. Now, what this means is that we can create a lead nurture, and what a lead nurture is, it's a basic program that reacts to the user's engagement. So, we talked about lead scoring, we talked about segmentation. We can have different types of engagement based on where that lead is in their journey. Meaning that if a lead comes into our website and they fill out a form and we just now found out who that lead is, it's probably not the best time to aggressively send them sales emails, but we can send them white paper. We can send them, case studies. We can try to soft speak to them and make sure that they understand what our brand is about. And based on that lead's interaction with those emails, let's say they're opening every email, they're clicking the links, they're really excited about the content we're sending them, we can move them along that journey into other types of emails that may be more aggressive. And we can keep raising the bar and raising the temperature on that lead until the emails are actually a bit aggressive and sales ready based on our lead's engagement with our company. So with lead nurturing, we're allowed to control the dial based on the lead's journey with our company, based on the lead's demographic, and we can create full campaigns that will send the emails, create the reports, put the leads on list, auto segment the leads. All of these will happen automatically. The emails will be automatic, the engagement will be automatic, the responses will be automatic. And this lead nurturing program can run for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years automatically, meaning we give you a push system, you press play on it, and it will send the emails out, it will respond, it will react to non-engagement, it will react to engagement. And these type of lead nurturing programs is what makes a company go from 0 to 1,000 in like a week, because it's really, really important to make sure that we're touching the leads when they want to be touched. We're reaching out to them when they want to be reached out to. We're not just hard hitting every lead that comes in, but we're controlling our response based on the lead's engagement. And that's why this is so important at lead gen. So when you have a strong nurturing program, you should see a really, really strong uptick in your lead engagement. We're talking a 5x jump or a 10x jump, over the period of a year if you do this correctly. So, in the conclusion, the power of having quality sales leads will lower the need of large sales teams chasing dead ends and will also massively reduce the sales process since your sales team will only be speaking with hot leads. We saw this with the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks, I was able to create a nurture program that just targeted their season pass holders. And if you know with the Atlanta Hawks, we had a whole floor of just salespeople. I don't know how many, probably 30, 40, 50. And that was their job. They just came in every day and just jumped on the phone calls and just massively called everybody that was coming through. And because of that, it was a lot of waste of budget, a lot of waste of time. Everybody didn't want to be contacted and tried to be sold a season pass for 100 grand or however much that cost. So we created a nurture that only looked at the engagement of those leads over a period of a year. And if they're extremely engaged with our brand, with our product, those are the people that we begin to soft touch and say, hey, maybe you want to think about a season pass. We've seen that you've purchased, every game in the past, 6 months. You might want to go into a season pass holdership. You might want to try this. Hey, here's a deal that you might want to look into. Here's why season passes save money. And because of that, we were able to not just lower the sales team, but we were able to see a high increase in season pass purchases because you're now not just running in circles trying to grab anything that you see, but you're now looking strategically into your database, into your segments, into the lead scoring, and you're saying who is ready to be sold and why. And that really does help. We saw the same thing with Brighttree. They were a healthcare company that saw the need for a CRM. And once the CRM was implemented, they saw a huge jump in their sales as well because they were able to segment their customers out based on the product the customers were in, basically strategically and surgically reaching out to those customers exactly where they were and making sure that the product that we were providing them and the product that we were selling to them was exactly what they needed at that stage where they were. So that was two case studies where I saw a huge 10x jump in lead gen simply by implementing a lead nurturing system that is backed by lead scoring and segmentations. So okay, moving on. How a CRM can increase lead gen and customer engagement with automations. Now, I talked about this a little bit with the nurture program because a lead nurture program will be an automated program that runs itself. Meaning we would build it, we would hand it to your team, you'd press play on it, and it would run for as long as we've built it to run. It could be a 6-month nurture, and after that 6 months, it will take those leads who've gone through the whole process, database them based on their engagement, and you can always redo the loop. Now, sometimes, a lot of CRMs will offer more automation features than others. If you're talking about HubSpot or Marketo or Braze, these are the larger ones that Salesforce Marketing Cloud, they have all of the automation features you're ever going to need, and even more than that. So, but there are smaller programs like MailChimp is now offering automation. There's Klaviyo that does automated email marketing based on engagement. You have other smaller tools that you can use based on where your company is, and we'll help you find out what tool is best for you. So, just going ahead and jumping into the slide, many CRMs offer marketing automation capabilities that allow you to create automated email campaigns triggered by lead behavior like website visits, form fills, engagement, and registrations. This helps nurture leads over time and move them through the sales funnel. Now, we also have channel integration. Now, this is pretty amazing as well because the way that we're going to build your system, if CorePulse is for you, we would make sure that your CRM system is speaking to your ads platforms like Google Ads, LinkedIn Ads, Facebook marketing, and we'll make sure that's also speaking organically to all of your social media platforms. And it's also talking to your marketing tools like, Google Analytics if you have it. So this is the power of a CRM and this is the power of automation because with automation, we can automatically feed data from social media, from your ads campaigns, from your analytics campaigns to one distinctive hub. And that will allow us to touch everybody wherever they're coming in from, and make sure that they are targeted and database correctly, meaning that we're not just relying on a landing page with a form. We are now getting leads from social media. We're getting leads from our advertising tools. We're getting leads organically. We're getting leads through paid search. We're getting leads, through, it could be a webinar or it could be an event that you're at. And your sales team has an app on their iPad, and those leads are automatically going into your CRM. Hopefully, from this, you're seeing that, if you're looking at your marketing platforms, your social media, your advertising tools, the events that you go to, trade shows, all of this lead data will be funneling into your system, and all of these leads will automatically be reached out to if your system is built correctly. That means the moment they fill out a form, the moment they fill out an iPad and with their information at a trade event, the moment they fill something out on social media, they'll immediately put into a nurture. We are now getting sending them emails, blogs, white papers, and the process is automatic. This is the power of automation. So, with that, there was also an amazing way of us not really having to ask our leads for everything about their company and their name and their information. We have a tool called lead enrichment, which is offered by many different third party platforms. But what lead enrichment does is it will enrich lead data with additional information, such as job titles, company size, social profiles. And rich data provides a better understanding of leads and allows us to have a more personalized outreach, meaning that in a form, I could ask you for your first name, last name, email, and our tools will take that data, go online, and feed back into our CRM, your company name, where you work, the company size, what your title, what your functional role. We have the tools and the AI technology to now do that, so that it's 5 seconds for someone to say, okay, here's my first, last, and email, and everything else we need from them will be fed into the CRM through lead enrichment. And from there, we can know exactly what segment to put them in, what type of scoring to give them based on their demographic, and how to reach out to them based on where they are in the lead journey. So that's pretty powerful. So using these tools to sync with each other, lead enrichment, automation campaigns, channel marketing, you'll see a huge jump in your lead gen as well as the quality of your leads, meaning it is much better to make sure that the leads we're marketing to are ready to be marketed to. It's much better to make sure that instead of having a database of 100,000 people and 75,000 of them are not even marketable, it's better to shrink that down to 25,000 people, save your sales team time, save your marketing team time, and only get the people who's wanting your product. I've had other clients tell me, like, hey, wait a minute, like, we're not getting as many leads filling out forms. And my answer usually is, yeah, you're welcome. Like, we don't want to overflood your sales team with trashy leads. We don't want to overflood them with leads that don't want to be spoken to. I'd rather have 5 leads in a week that are raising their hand and saying, we want to buy your product now. Someone contact us, than have 1,000 leads come in that week. And now I have to hire a sales team of 20 people to go through all 1,000 leads just to find the 5 that's been sitting there the whole time. And now we've waited, we've had time, but we could have contacted them. Now it's been like a week and they haven't been contacted. So they've went on and found another company. We don't want that happening. We want to filter all of that out so that we are only speaking to leads who are on fire and we can reach them immediately the moment they raise their hand and the moment they qualify for sales. So this is the power of it. So I would say, case in point, Scheduling Institute was a company that I worked with. They deal with dentists, specifically with dentists. And because of that, it was really important that we filtered out the database. We found people who were either the owners of their dental practice or someone in senior management because they could make that decision as far as if they wanted this product or not. Otherwise, we're speaking to people who are students. We're speaking to people who are probably in dental school, who want to be a dentist. There's a lot of miscued information that can happen when you're trying to do a demographic search. And especially with this company, because they were buying their lists from third party sources. And those lists could be 10 years old, it could be 5 years old. The people could have already left or sold their practice. So we had to use lead enrichment to find out what was happening with those leads that we were purchasing. Are they still good? What were they working? Are they still working in the same area from the database we purchased? And enrichment was able to update all of the lead information to real time so that we could contact the right person at the right job, under the right company, instead of reaching out to the wrong company, trying to find out someone who probably left 2 years ago. That was the power of enrichment with this particular client. And I would say, as well as NRG, who was really, really good at segmenting their list, because they were so good at knowing exactly who wanted what product along all of their partners, they were able to strategically create lead nurtures by product. And what that did was allow them to see a much higher rate of engagement among all of their white papers, their blog content, their sales content, because they were reaching specific, almost at a micro level, like specific leads within specific job categories, within specific industries. So we can help your company with this. If you guys already know your customer, it's even easier for us. But if you do not know your customer to the point to break down a specific segmentation of what they're interested in, we can work with you over the 3 month period that CorePulse allows us to and try to figure out those segmentations for you. Lastly, how a CRM can centralize all of your digital marketing into one hub. This is pretty amazing. And I've already alluded to this. With a CRM, you can engage with leads and contacts across multiple digital channels, including email, social media, SMS, and more. And this provides a unified interface for managing interactions and tracking engagement across all channels. Now, this is huge, really, really huge. Everything I'm explaining to you so far, I hope you realize that when this system is running for you and your company, you're basically having a full marketing system that's handling databasing, reporting, email sends, interactions with customers who are reacting to your emails, engagement interaction. All of this will be happening automatically. And a lot of times I call this a two-edged sword because on one end, you are definitely seeing that, hey, I have this one hub doing everything, but I have a staff of 50 people. And what are they going to do now that we have this AI and this automation running things? And that is a challenge for a lot of our clients. It is a challenge because you will feel the need to downgrade your team a bit. And this is something that will happen. And it is something that will save you money. It's just a matter of that part of the process we don't really get involved in. But I will tell you that once you have everything centralized in a hub, you will realize your sales team needs to be smaller, your marketing team needs to be smaller. We just need a few professionals who can tweak the nurture campaigns as they're running and update the assets because everything else will be running automatically. And this is the power of CRM. It's the power of where we're going with AI. And this is why we know that this tool will save you and your company hundreds of thousands. When I say hundreds of thousands, that's like a light number because just to find the people to hire in the past to do all the things that our CRM makeup and core posts will do for your company, it's going to cost you close to $500,000 a year to bring in all the professionals to do it. We're talking API developers, email marketing campaign managers. We're talking analytics teams. We're talking people who can do the architectural work of building out a nurture. Just those people alone, these are all 6-digit jobs that you'd have to hire for that our tool will do for not even half of that cost. I mean, not even a quarter of that cost. So that's a pretty exciting thing about what CorePulse has to offer your company. So stay tuned. We're going to get into some pretty awesome things later on. So integration capabilities. Now, it's good to know that most CRMs can integrate out of the box with most of your base platforms, meaning that if you get a CRM like HubSpot or Marketo, out of the box, it's going to integrate with Google Ads. It's going to integrate with Facebook. It's going to integrate with Zoom for webinars. There's a lot of out of the box integrations. Now, this integration streamlines data flows. So if you're doing a webinar on Zoom, it will automatically feed that data to your CRM. So we can immediately know who watched the webinar, who was a no-show, who downloaded the on demand, and reach out to them based on their interaction. Now, there are other, integrations that will take customizations. We're talking webhooks, maybe integrating Zapier, maybe integrating APIs, custom APIs, and our team will do all of that for you if you qualify for the CorePulse model. We have the API developers, we have the webhook developers. I am a developer myself, so I at the top of the funnel, if you will, I will be overseeing this and making sure that all the integration that you currently have can be integrated. If you're using Zendesk, for instance, you're using a Zendesk cell, and you're thinking, I have all this data in my Zendesk. How can I move over to a CRM? No problem. We can integrate Zendesk with your CRM so that they're both speaking to each other in real time. So if a lead comes in on Zendesk, we'll have that lead data go over to your CRM. So they're being nurtured based on what your sales team is putting in those notes. That is a powerful thing. Let's say you're using On24 or Zoom. We can integrate that with your CRM as well. So that now when you're doing webinars, however that user is engaging with your webinar, we can reach out and we can have an automatic response for those engagements. So this is the power of data centralization. Everything will come into one place and we can react from social media, from webinars, from other sales platforms, and from retargeting platforms like AdWords. We can react to how customers react to us wherever we are online. So by centralizing this data in one place, you have a comprehensive view of your audience and their engagement across all marketing channels. And this is a pretty amazing thing. So conclusion, the CRM that we build and whatever CRM we choose for your company and we set up for you, it has the ability to connect your social media, your paid ads, your email marketing, lead databases, marketing technology into one hub. And we will work with you to make sure this happens. This will allow for universal reporting and full control of the lead journey. One thing you do not want is you do not want five different journeys happening. You have your ad journey, you have your organic leads being, we're trying to figure out who they are and where they are on that journey. We have your email marketing or text messaging. We want to make sure all of that data is being centralized so that that one lead has all of those markers under them. And we can look at that lead at a bird's eye view and know exactly what they're doing organically, what they're doing with our paid ads, what they're doing with our emails, text messages, and be able to make a quick decision or an automated decision based on that user's engagement. So that's the powerful thing about what we do and how we do it. I guess geostabilization is a company that, they were afraid to go into a CRM because they were already really, really, really heavily involved in Zendesk. And Zendesk Sell had all of their lead data, all of their user data, all of their sales notes. And by using Zapier and by implementing a webhook, we were able to basically take all of that information and feed it back into Marketo and vice versa. And also inside of Marketo, if an email was sent out, if a lead responded to an email, if a lead basically hit that system from a paid ad, we would have that lead data also feed back to Zendesk. So we had a full global sync coming back and forth between both systems so that the sales team were getting real-time data and the marketing team who are working with the CRM was getting real-time data as well from Zendesk sales. So this is why it's important to make sure everything is synced. Maybe you're using Salesforce, but you're not using a CRM. Salesforce can integrate with the CRM so that everything that's happening in Salesforce is also showing up in the CRM. So if your sales team is working to close a lead in Salesforce, and they said, hey, this lead was not good, they didn't really match the product, or this lead said no at discovery, we can have a reaction in the CRM that will see that update and react to the lead and possibly maybe push them back a bit and soft touch them to send them reports, send them white papers until we see that their scoring model is showing that they're getting more and more involved before we reach out again. Sometimes I'll put a scoring model involved that says, hey, let's not allow this person to qualify for a year. They've already went through discovery and said no. So then we would have an automated system that would basically respond to them, softly touch and send them information maybe once every 3 months. And then after a year, start them over on that journey. So these are different things that we can do to help and use that centralization to our benefit. Now, all of these things are great. We talked about lead scoring. We talked about building nurtures. We talked about APIs. We talked about, cross-channel marketing. There's two ways of doing this, right? The first way is the hard way, which I say before would cost your company hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm sure you understand that. If you're watching this and you're in high-level management, you know that most of the job roles required to build a system like this out will require a close to a six-digit or more than, over the 100,000 mark to hire these professionals to run the system. The easy way is allowing us to set it up for you, maybe bringing in some campaign managers at the end and having them run the system after we are done, or you can keep working with us if you choose to. So the good news is you already chose a second path because you're on this call. So I'm glad that we were able to speak to you. I'm glad that I'm able to talk to you about this and to run you through what we can do for your company. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to have a call with us. And in that call, we're going to figure out where you are, where you want to be, and what needs to happen for you to get there, because clarity is indeed half the battle. And once we have that clarity for your company, we will decide if you qualify for CorePulse or not. Now, that doesn't mean that we cannot work with you in another capacity. It just means that CorePulse model requires the companies to be at a specific point in their journey for us to truly build this from the ground up. Sometimes you may have already built half your journey for a CRM. Maybe you've already purchased your CRM, you've already built the foundation. All you need is for us to jump in and help you with engagement or help you, with integrations. We can do that as well, and that's going to be a different call. So that's why it's really important that you watch this video to the end. You see if this is something your company is interested in. But if you feel like this is going to be a huge help for your company, it will be really helpful for you to go on that consultation call, speak to us about what's bothering you, what are your pain points, what are you struggling with, and we will put together a package and introduce that to you in the core post model if you qualify and show you what we can do for your company. And although this call is very important, obviously everybody wants to see their company scale. Everybody wants overnight results, and one call is not going to be enough. So, in the consultation call, if we feel like this is just perfect and this is a great marriage, and we feel like we can really help you, we will immediately reach back out to you with a cost and with next steps on moving forward. But that's going to happen on the call. Even if we feel like we can help your company, there will be multiple calls that we will have to do, because one call is not going to be enough. Because we're trying to boost your lead gen, we're trying to enhance the quality of your leads, we're trying to automate your marketing experience, we're trying to centralize everything to one platform. It's going to take a lot of working together with us and your sales team and your marketing team to make sure this is happening correctly. And because almost everybody wants to scale their brand using a CRM after this call, we've created CorePulse to just be the go-to to create all the foundational elements that you're going to need to see your company succeed. So, CorePulse is a unique product. It has the ability to give us the margin to totally revolutionize your lead gen, lead quality, and marketing efforts. And it's going to do this by implementing your CRM, integrating your marketing technology, creating all branded assets, developing all marketing material, training your staff. This is really big. We don't just come in, build a system, and hand it to you, but through the whole process, we are having weekly meetings with your staff to make sure that they understand the CRM that we're working in. They understand how to work this model. They understand how to update the assets so that by the time CorePulse is done, which is about a 3-month period, your staff is well informed and well trained and has the documentation they need to keep things moving along. This is why we're 100% certain that you will have results. So, this is something that we do. It's a done for you experience. We're not just relying on you and your team to do most of this. We're doing most of the work for you, which is why we're completely confident that you're going to see the results, because we've been doing this for over 10 years. It's something that we're really good at doing and something that we know that we can do very well. So, because it's a done for you experience, we're going to be handling most of the support, the sales, the service, the strategy, the analysis, the marketing. All of that's going to be happening with our team in relation with your team, but we will be handling all of the heavy lifting for you. So, the product takes on average 3 months. So, CorePulse is a 3-month, 480-hour product. To hire a team that will handle all of this for that same amount of time, it's going to be close to about $500 an hour, or maybe $240,000 a quarter. I actually had to do some research to figure this out, just because clients of mine looking at their own team, you have to have campaign managers, project managers, developers, solution architects, trainers, operational specialists, lifecycle management experts. Those are just the base. We're not even talking about marketing automation architects or all the information that goes into building a full nurture campaign. But just hiring these types of people, these are all 90,000 plus jobs that would have to be hired to make this happen. Now, with CorePulse, you'll get the same size team for a flat rate of only $80,000. So that's like a quarter of that cost. This is why clients really, really want CorePulse. And it's just like, it's funny when you think about it because you're basically paying the amount of almost one contractor to have a full team of developers, implementation specialists, architects, analytics, reporting, and trainers come in and help your team. So that is, to me, the best thing, which is why I don't mind saying the price. And even with that, we're doing something better. So once you jump on a consultation call, we're actually going to have a better price for you based on where you are in your journey. Because if you're starting from zero, most likely we will have to start from zero. But if you're not starting from zero, that price gets even better. And we are ready to help you. Now, the bad news is, because of our obsession to maintain good results, not everybody gets core posts. So I've said this before, but we are a lean team. We are a very lean team that's worked together for over the years. Most of us have worked together over 10 years. And so we can't do this with 10 companies at a time. We just don't have the capacity to do it. So this is why it's really important on the consultation call that you come with the questions you need. You come to let us know what CRMs you're working with, you're looking at, so that we can quickly make an assessment if you are ready for CorePulse or not. If you are ready, then it is like an invite only. We're telling our salespeople, leave everybody alone. This is invite only. We don't want just everybody being able to sign up for this. There is no automated system. There is no form right now for us just to say, hey, sign up and we'll start right away. Because this is something that is very detailed. We need to know everything about your company. We need to spend a lot of time with you to get this happening right. But once this is all said and done, you will really, really love the results that you're going to get. I've never had a client walk away and say, wow, we're worse off thanks to you guys. But everybody loves what we've built. Everybody loves the automated process that comes with it. The biggest issue that you're going to have is how do I shrink my team? We're now saving all this money, but I don't want to let her go or him go. But we have all of this automation happening. And this is the biggest issue I see when we build this correctly is that you're now going to be faced with we now have a team of 50 people, but we have the system that's a team of 40 in its own right. How do we shrink this down and make this happen? So CorePulse will save you money. It will save you time. It will get rid of a lot of headaches that your sales team is currently having. But again, it does take a qualifying factor for you to qualify for this product. So either way, just a consulting call alone will be extremely good for you. I mean, think about it. You're going to be talking with me or somebody from my team who's helped multiple people build these systems out. Ask any question you want to ask. Bring your marketing team on the call if you need to. If they have questions, issues they're facing with integrations, we will be happy to answer any question on this call. You get an hour of our time free of charge. And if we can help you on this call, and maybe CorePulse isn't for you, we've still done well. Marketing is like our passion. We love to help companies. We blog, we do video series once a month. We do a lot just to help people, and we don't charge for those. So we do want to help you, but our time is, extremely, important. So we just hope that you definitely show up for the call. But when we get on that call, we want to help your company. So we'll be excited to answer any questions you have. Either way, you're in for a treat. You're going to be talking with people who have been catalysts for many companies who've really made some great things happen. You're going to be talking to rock stars, I call them, in the CRM space. So you're going to be in good hands. You're going to be in for a treat. And before we finish up, I want to answer some of the most frequently asked questions so that, by the time you jump on this call, hopefully we can answer some of these questions that you already have. The number one question I hear is it possible to hire us on an hourly basis? And that is true. So we do have a structured approach with CorePulse that will include customizations, APIs, custom development. But if you're getting outside of that and you just need execution, you need someone to help you send out your email campaign, someone to help you with your nurturing, we do have a flat rate of 150. If you need something more high end, like custom development, API development, you need webhooks built, that's going to be a different fee, but it all just depends on what you need at that moment in time. But for the most part, 150 is our usual rate for doing our execution. We have another product called the Executioner. So with that product, if you're interested, we can give you the information about that. And that is basically our team handling all of your executional campaigns. We're basically creating, your ads, we're running your email marketing campaigns, we're creating your engagement campaigns, your lead nurturing. And that is just something that we can probably move into after the CorePulse model is finished. Let's say we finish CorePulse, we give you your product back, but you don't have the team ready to run it. We can run it at that flat rate for you. So, is this a one-time cost or do we pay monthly? So, if your company qualifies for CorePulse, we offer a discounted rate if paid in full. If you do need financing to help you with this cost, we do offer full financing. But just note that the CorePulse model is a distinctive model. We will give you the 480 hours. It is a one-time cost of $80,000. And one thing that is neat about CorePulse is that if we finish this, there was a 3-month gap once we finish the CorePulse model. That if you do not see the results you want to see in that 3-month gap, we will come back and we will work for free until you see the results that we need to see. So when we have that call with you and we decide what KPIs you're looking for, what your company is trying to do, and we determine that we can do that with you and for you, we stand behind that. So we will not just hand this off to you and ignore you. We will be there for the next 3 months to track, to monitor, to connect with your team. And if you're seeing the results you want to see, we've done our job right. If you're not seeing the results you want to see, we will come back and we will work with you until you see those results. And we're happy to do that. So the worst case scenario for you is that you're going to get free work and you're going to get a CRM built for you. But the best case scenario is that you're going to see everything that you want happen with your lead gen, the quality of your leads, your sales process. So good to know that. So, and this is kind of why leading into this question, what if it takes longer than 3 months? So we're dedicated to finish our projects within 3 months. And if it flows a few weeks past the deadline, we will get it done at no additional cost. So if you're saying, hey, Nathan, we're at 480 hours, but this nurture program is still not done, even if it takes us a month, we will finish it if it's in the contract that we wrote. We will finish it, we will make sure it's done, and we'll still track it for 3 months to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do. So that's another question we have. So, how qualified is a team working on our system? We're a tight-knit team. Again, we've worked with countless projects together, so rest assured you are getting a team with over 10 years of experience who have been through the fires and of the automation world, meaning that there are many issues that are going to pop up when you're working on a new CRM. And all of those issues, most of them, I would say, we've already faced, okay? So doing this on your own, going about this, solo, you're going to face a lot of problems that we've already faced. We've already know our way around. Me personally, I will be involved for the most part in this team. Or Tarun will be involved, who's a great Marketo and CRM developer for over 18 years. Or you're going to have Jose. There's lots of people on our team that I can look at who have over 10 certifications across the board in CRMs, project management, implementation. And these guys are really, really powerful. Everyone else who worked on this team, if they haven't been trained by me personally and certified through my training, they're coming in with over 10 years of experience. And before we even start the CorePulse model with your company, we will give you a full breakdown of everybody who's going to be working with your company, who your contacts are, and their resumes. So you feel comfortable handing over that project to us and knowing that we are going to work well with you. So again, I hope this makes sense. So final reminders, make sure you block out 60 minutes for your call. Make sure that time's in your calendar. Make sure you're in a quiet place with zero distractions, just because we want to make sure that that hour is used wisely. Be prepared to follow our proven process. Now, if we offer CorePulse to you, just know that it is a proven process. This isn't a product that we're just guessing. This is a distinctive process that we have to go through to make sure this is built correctly and built right. And I know sometimes you might want to jump in and change some things and move some things around. Just trust us that what we're doing with your company, how we're moving your company, this is a process we know that works, okay? And make sure you're able to take notes. So, and that you're there, so your consultant isn't forced to reschedule. So again, thank you again for giving me the time to hear what we have to offer you. And I hope that, you're as excited as I am about this product. So show up, bring your best energy. This call is going to make me look good to the consultant. So if you don't show up, I look bad. So, show up, have good energy, bring your questions. Let's make something happen together. And I thank you again. And we will speak to you later.